What if we aligned with the thing itself and recognized that this is what I am? So that's why it's important to hear it with fresh ears, to hear it like you've never heard it before, because then you can begin to draw some conclusions from what I just said. Because if infinite love and light and power and peace and joy and prosperity and freedom and health and wholeness and wisdom and harmony, if this is the only power that there is, and if this only power that there is infinite, then whatever it is that we may have walked in here with believing this morning is holding us back or has the power to withhold from us, whatever that is really isn't a power at all. It's simply the limitation that we have placed on the power, on the thing itself that has never changed, that has never been fooled, that has never made a mistake, that has never slumbered, that has never slept, that is the same yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Wow. Now, how about taking that into 2011? How about taking that into your new expression of life and seeing what you want to do with that awareness? Yeah. There's a wonderful note from the universe on Thursday. It said, "The speed with which any dream may be realized, Darlene, is always a function of how small the miracles have to be in order not to freak out the dreamer." Okay? Okay, I love that. That was really good. And it was really for me, okay? Because it really says, you know, at what point does the awareness of what's available to us just freak us out? At what point is it too big? At what point can we simply not accept that something that great and wonderful could be here for us right now? We do an exercise sometimes in first year class, and Cher did an exercise in her prosperity class where what we're asked to do is to imagine that we had to come up with a certain amount of money during the course of that day. And we don't know where it's coming from, but we have to come up with that amount of money. How much could we come up with? And what we do is we start from a very low number, like $1. And most people say, yeah, I could come up with $1, and then $5, and then $10, and then $100. And then what you notice as the number keeps going up, if you're paying attention, you start noticing a feeling inside, a tightening. You start feeling that place where it starts feeling uncomfortable as to whether or not you would know how to come up with that. See, and that's what this is talking about. How small does it have to be in order for us to not be freaked out? What if we could just open ourselves up and say, you know what, it really is all here. I'm ready to accept greater. How many of us this morning are ready to accept greater? Yeah, it's all here. See that? It's all here. It's all here right now. So it's up to me as to where I'm drawing the line in the sand. The universe can't say how much. The universe has already given all. So wherever there's a limit, I had to put it here. I had to say no more. That's enough. How many of you have ever caught yourself in a situation where you began to recognize where that line was? Or someone at one point asked if they could bring me some clothes. And I, of course, they were lovely clothes. And I said, sure. And this person started bringing clothes and clothes and clothes and clothes and clothes and clothes. I mean, it was like maybe about an 8-week thing where they were just loading up the van. And I actually began to feel a cutoff point. I began to recognize that there's a place where I'm drawing the line to my good. I realized there was a place where I was saying, oh, this is too much. And those are the things that we have to be aware of. Those cutoff points have to be those places where that's what this note from the universe is talking about. Where are you saying it's too big? Where are you saying it's too much? Because the universe doesn't know anything about an amount. Where are you saying there's not enough time? The universe doesn't know anything about time. Doesn't even know about 2011. And for those who are planning on leaving here in 2012, that would have to be our decision because the universe doesn't know any time. So any limit in our lives would have to belong to us, right? Wouldn't it? So maybe it's time to just pay attention to that feeling where that feeling that you have like we did with the money. Where you start feeling, it's starting to feel a little uncomfortable. I don't know if I could come up with that. We don't come up with any of it. We say yes to it. We accept it. We let it unfold through our consciousness. So what has to be an acceptance in this moment is something that in order for this year to be new, has to be something that you weren't embracing before. What can you embrace now? This has got to be a new time. We don't want to stumble into a new year expecting something new to happen. Expecting something wonderful to happen, and we're still thinking the same old thoughts. We have to have a new idea of where we live. Where do we live? We don't live in the physical. We live in a spiritual universe. We have to be willing to shift into a new dwelling, so to speak, where things are done differently. We have to have a new acceptance of who we are in this universe. We have to have a greater acceptance of our own self-worth in this universe. And recognize that nothing is given to us based on anything that we have earned. It belongs to us. It's our inheritance right now. It's all been given to us. And there's nothing that can possibly ever hold back from us other than ourselves. Now, I know I said that a lot of times this morning. But we have to hear that. Because we have to remember that there's nothing that has the power in the universe to withhold other than us. So we want to recognize our self-worth. I am worthy of good. Why? Because I'm an individualization of God. That's enough.